What's up, everybody? This is the Jedi. I needed to come back with something after the midterm um, elections, and particularly because, the main races that I was watching, along with everybody else for the most part, was the governor's race in Florida and then this one in Georgia. And like I feel like they should just fucking bomb Florida off the fucking map, dude, or take away all voting rights in Florida, period. It's always some bullshit with Florida, no matter what the election. It's always something with Florida. Always. Remember, they have the distinguished fame of the 2000 election where Bush stole the damn election. Because you had the Secretary of State that was in fucking cahoots with their family, the Catherine Harris whore. She was Secretary of State, the one that certifies the elections, gave it to him. His brother was the governor of the damn state. I mean, the fix was in. You know. Then when it went to the Supreme Court, his father had put sellout as Clarence Thomas on the fucking court, and he handed them the deciding verdict. So we have to understand that I don't understand why there isn't violence in this country when it comes to elections, when it's so obvious that something, nefarious has been done. It's one thing the race just doesn't go your way. That's fine. Nobody bitches about that. And we lost. Or my candidate didn't win. Whatever. Fine. But when it's so obvious that something illegal and shady has gone on, I don't understand why there's not violence. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't. I don't. I just goddamn it don't. And I feel like that in the case of Andrew Gillum in Florida, I feel like he conceded too early. Like I feel like he should have just wrote it out. Because the last numbers that I saw on that, it was only literally a few thousand votes between them, and it wasn't all in yet. But there he was conceding. Whatever. But this sister is fighting as she should, because it's about principle now, and it's about what's right, more importantly. We know that he purged 53,000 people from the voter rolls, but there was another 320,000, everybody. There was another 320,000 that were also had been done away with because he had sent out these cards that look like junk mail, telling you that if you didn't answer the card that you would be removed. And a lot of people just didn't read that because it looked like junk mail. And it's a whole backstory on this. It's a whole backstory. And when we look at how close this race came out to be, it's so obvious that the bullshit that he pulled is the reason why she wasn't fucking the winner. Like, that's who. Now you ask yourself, who is now the entity that comes in and says, bullshit, she's the winner? Who's that entity? Because if there isn't one, then that's when the people should be storming shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do, goddamn it, by all means necessary, you should be demanding that the outcome be what is fair. Otherwise, you don't have a country. You always hear the Orange Circus talking about if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. Well, if you don't have democracy, you don't have a fucking country either. You understand? And I just don't think this is the time for people to just walk away and shake their head and bitch. I think action should be taken in any cases. Doesn't matter which side wins or loses. If she had done some bullshit and the other dude won, and it was so odd, then they should be storming shit. You know, listen, democracy is not something you sit on the couch. You know, they're very proud of their civil war and all of it. Well, that was violence. You know, they're very proud of that. So, if that was appropriate to take the country, then it's appropriate to keep the country. You understand? Stacey Abrams campaign considering legal option in Georgia governor race. Uh, Democrats pushes for a runoff in close contest in Wisconsin. Republican Scott Walker concedes. Um, and I want to say this before I read this because, you know, last night was this last night? See how fucked up I am? Yeah. Like I was up late and I was still trying to find anything. For the longest I couldn't find anything on her. He hadn't come out, she hadn't come out. I wanted to know what was the state, but I was hoping she wouldn't come out and concede, and she did not. She said every goddamn vote is gonna be counted in this bitch. I understand that. Democrat Stacey Abrams was trailing in her historic bid to become the nation's first female African American governor. But her campaign said Wednesday morning that voting problems as well as uncounted absentee and provisional ballots could force a runoff. On a mid-morning conference call, Ms. Abrams' campaign manager, Lauren Somebody, said the campaign's lawyers were checking with county elections boards and considering litigation if necessary. All options are on the table, said this person, adding that any resolution of the election could take weeks or longer. I love that. You know what I'm saying? It has to be done. Because, like I said, it's the fear of the black vote. We run this bitch now. We run it. And if they can't pull shenanigans, they can't fucking win. It doesn't matter who they want or don't want. It's all about who we want. And when we show up, that's what happens. So that makes it even more important that she fight this, because we are not a people that can sit around and lick our wounds anymore. You understand? We have to take action, whatever that has to look like, at any level, for any reason. We can't allow ourselves to be just jerked around and disrespected anymore. You see, either there's going to be a democracy in this bitch, or there's not going to be a democracy for no fucking body. And we'll see to it. You understand? They make it difficult for you to vote. God damn it, we'll make it difficult for everybody to vote. How about that? You understand? Don't start none, it won't be none. But these are a crooked ass people that will stop at no length to do anything. There is no connection to the divine anywhere in these people. I doubt if they're even created by the divine, because I see no consistency in his creation in this fucking people. I don't see that. And I see consistency in God's creation in everything. Everything. Except them. And so when you have an aberration, you have to question it. Set it aside for further analysis. As of 2:30 p.m. Wednesday, with 100% of precincts reporting, Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, the same asshole she's running against, led Miss Abrams by about 64,000 votes. Now, again, we know 230 or 600. What did I say? 230,000, 630,000. I can't remember the number now. There's that number, and then also there's the 53,000 as well. Far greater than this 63,000 number. You understand what I'm telling you? Um, led by 64,000 votes out of about 3.9 million cast, according to unofficial results from this very asshole's office. So they're the ones giving you the number of how many votes were cast and how many they won by. The same asshole that purged people from the rolls and did underhanded bullshit is the same bitch reporting. I ask you now, in what other fucking area of the society would this be allowed? Huh? I gotta go pray. Where would this be allowed? Hmm? You think that the manager of a fighter can then now be the referee in the ring for the heavyweight champion fight? You think that can happen? Huh? Where's that happened at? Where the manager of a fighter is the dude that's now the referee in the ring. And oh my god, he's only calling the shit for the other fighter. Wouldn't be allowed. That's just one example. We could give a million. Just that this contest was even allowed to go on is a problem. It should have been stopped and declared tainted from the start. He should have had to step down as Secretary of State or either not run for governor. And then they should have rectified every single fucking vote shenanigan that he's pulled before the contest even began, before anyone was even allowed to go and cast a vote. Move their voting date back a month, 6 months if you have to. You understand? Say we have to fix the bullshit that they've done so that you can have a clean election. You see? Who is the oversight on this? Who? That gave him 50.35% of the vote and Miss Abrams 48.71. A third candidate, Libertarian Ted Metz, had 0.95%. I'm over it. Under Georgia law, candidates in a general election must win more than 50% of the vote, or the top two vote getters must campaign in a runoff. Miss Abrams told supporters in Atlanta early Wednesday that she wasn't conceding. My girl. You're going to have to change. You're going to have a chance. You're going to have a chance to do a do-over, she told voters. The asshole, speaking to supporters in Athens early Wednesday morning, said there are votes left to count, but we have a very strong lead. The math is on our side to win this election because our white asses cheated, is how it should read. A asshole spokesman didn't return calls or texts for Wednesday, of course, because that's what they do. They do their evil and run to their corner. That's why you have to be able to have the courage to fucking go to their corner and burn their ass the fuck out and take them out. You understand? There'll be no hiding after you've done evil, bitch. Counties must certify their results by November 13th, and the Secretary of State's office, this asshole, must certify the statewide totals by November 20th, according to the spokesman at the Secretary of State's office. So think about that. This is the dude. This is the person that would handle procedures that is claiming he won. I can't get past this. Stacey, 44, a former minority leader in the State House, and the asshole, a fossil, battled each other over accusations of voter suppression and voter fraud for years. Give me a break. That's their thing. They're the racists and they call you a racist. He's the cheater, he calls her a cheater. Nothing these people say is valid, everybody. Nothing. But for the fact you can see them in physical form, that's the only thing that we can acknowledge. Everything else is questionable and fake. For years before either declared candidacy for governor. During the campaign, Stacey repeatedly accused this white devil racist bitch of trying to suppress minority voting, which he denied. Of course he denies, because they lie through their teeth. Lying is like breathing for these people. The asshole accused her of trying to loosen voting rules so illegal immigrants might vote. Listen, illegal immigrants are trying to hide under a fucking rock. They're not trying to vote, bitches. You understand? Anything comes out of the face of these people. Think about that. You're here. I'll put it in terms you can really understand. You're a runaway fucking prisoner, an escapee from fucking San Goddammit Quentin. All right. Your picture is everywhere, and there you are in the voting line. Huh? Talk to me. This is what they're saying. People that are illegal are staying out of the fucking light like roaches. You understand? They don't want to be seen. So they're not showing up to vote. The asshole White Devil drew support from other White Devil leaders, including the Orange Circus, the vice president, who is also a racist fuck, and outgoing governor, another racist fuck who faces term limits. Despite allegations of voter suppression, Georgia's active voter registration have increased in recent years by black people. An automatic voter registration change on a state driver's license form has brought in hundreds of thousands of new potential voters since 2016, the Wall Street Journal report. All right. Damn, I'm tangled up. Get off me. Get off me. I'm under attack, goddammit. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin, Republican Governor Scott Walker and another white racist devil lost his re-election bid to Wisconsin Superintendent of Schools Tony Evers, but didn't concede defeat until Wednesday afternoon because he's a fucking sorry ass fuck. Governor Walker's campaign called Wednesday morning for all ballots, including military ballots, to be counted before reaching a result. Thousands of ballots were damaged, said campaign spokesman Brian Resinger. So the recreated ballots must be compared to the original ones. Julietta Henry, elections director for Milwaukee County, said about 2,000 absentee ballots from the city of Milwaukee were rejected by voter machines because of damage in the mail or voter error. Listen, hear this, everybody. This voting machine bullshit, I've talked about this before in previous work. This is more white devil bullshit. I ask you now, how many of you have ever gone to the ATM? Just go to the ATM. Just go to the ATM. And I ask you now, when has your ATM ever given you too much fucking money? I'd like to hear that testimony. I'd like to have that. The answer is never. Do you understand? You can go to the ATM now. You can deposit a check. You can deposit cash. It counts it for you. You can make withdrawals. You can get a receipt. You can have it emailed to your fucking house. Whatever you want. They give you a fucking latte. It's all there. Not one mistake from an ATM machines. And there are millions of them across this country. There are hundreds of millions of transactions going on right now as I speak to you at ATM machines. Never a glitch. Never. Back when the space shuttle was in operation, do you understand that 16 seconds before that, 16 minutes before it takes off, you hear mission control say, whatever shuttle is sitting on the fucking pad. Goddamn it, Challenger. They'll say, Challenger's onboard computers now have control of all vehicle function. That damn thing is now on autopilot. There was some of the most sophisticated computers known to humanity on board that fucking space shuttle. And I've seen it, being a huge space shuttle fan, and my father worked on the Challenger. I've seen it where it got down to T-minus 1 second and the computer shut the shit down because it found a glitch. And they have to scrub the launch. Because that entire sequence is being done by computers. You'll hear them say, go for auto sequence start. That means the shit has started. Everybody's sitting back twiddling their thumbs now because the computers are in total control of this. You see, and if no glitch is found, then it goes down to 0 and you hear booster, and the damn computers ignite those damn rockets. You hear booster ignition and liftoff. We have liftoff, the Space Shuttle Challenger on its mission to wherever to do whatever the fuck it's going to do. And after it clears the tower, then you hear them say, Houston now controlling. Because Houston controls the flight. It's just launched from Florida. Houston is doing the damn, is in control of all, the flight. But right now, it's all computers. And you hear them say, Challenger roll program, Roger roll. And it does that slow motion, majestic roll that it does. That's just like the roll that we all see, to get it in the right trajectory as it goes down range. But from then on, and the solid rocket booster separation, the external tank separation, that entire launch sequence is done by computers, everybody. But they want you to believe that every 4 years, or every 2 years at the very least, on one day, you can't have a machine that says this guy or that guy, and that's the only deduction it has to make. Who believes that? After I've laid out my indictment now, I ask you this now. Who believes that? Who? It's outrageous. They don't want democracy. Do you understand? This is not a democracy, everybody. Because if it was what they sell, then that means what the people want is what happens. If everybody wants it, or at least the majority, then that's what happens. That's the way it's supposed to be. You got 20 people at a party. Everybody wants pizza. But only 19 people put in the request for what they want on it. And they all agree. And you get that 1/20th bitch that wants anchovies. There's not going to be a pizza showing up with anchovies on it. Because if there is, you'd be like, how did that one bitch that didn't put in no money, how's there anchovies on this shit that I have to live with now? That's one bitch that wanted anchovies. Why is this happening? You see, the majority rules. The majority rules. They're giving you everything else but that. This is fascism in this country. There's nothing free. Well, we live in a free country. We have all these rights. You don't have a fucking right. Every right that I have is given to me by the divine and by the very fact that I was born into the world. I am endowed with every fucking right that I can conjure. I don't need that written down on a piece of paper, and definitely don't need to be given to me by some fucking white devil. I don't need it. I'm a sovereign human being created by the divine. Ain't shit you can tell me. Not a damn. But everything, you gotta pay to be born. You gotta pay to live. You gotta pay to die. Somebody show me this free country that exists so I can move there and move all my shit. Somebody show me. Show me. That's why I say to my people, anytime you get a free coin in this bitch, goddammit, you get it. You get it. When I was growing up, there was different times in my childhood when we were on food stamps, and there was different times when I thought that was, something to be embarrassed about. It was a bad thing and all this kind of thing. Fuck that. You understand? If you somebody out there now, even on public assistance, goddamn it, hold your head high, because they owe you that and then some. That ain't enough. Because they are beating their damn way through at every level. I'm over it. Julietta Henry, elections director for Milwaukee. The ballots rejected. Rejected by voting machines. Okay, voter error. The ballots were constructed under the supervision of an observer and fed back through the machines. She said, "I haven't seen an election where ballots haven't been reconstructed." She said. But by Wednesday afternoon, with his concession, this asshole, other white devil, said that any changes from the count or damaged ballots wouldn't affect the outcome. He offered to aid Mr. Myers in the transition process. Good, step your bitch ass down. Voter turnout was the highest on record for a midterm election, just at just over 57%, according to somebody, the public information officer for the Wisconsin election. Okay, we're not really concerned about Wisconsin. I'm not really concerned. Governor Walker, I'm over it. And here's the other thing too. Why? Ask yourself, why? Going back to my argument of democracy, why isn't the election day a national holiday, mandatory federal holiday? We can get into whether or not employers want to pay their people and all that. Fine. You could almost make an argument where there's no need to pay your employees. Like, you're getting the day off, shut the fuck up. Whatever. But the bottom line is, whether they're paid or not is insignificant to my argument. What I'm trying to say is, there's 320 something million people, or 33 million in this country. 330 something million people in this fucking country. And when you see that 8 million people voted or something, like, this is like, what? No. Or even 20 something million or 50 million people voted. It still means nothing. Where's them other motherfuckers at? Because there is no holiday in this bitch. For anything. Even the other bullshit. Thanksgiving, Christmas, all the shit. There's no holiday. It's good for business. It's not good for the people. You have countries, especially like in Europe, where they talk about, we went on holiday. We went on holiday. Well, they really do have fucking holiday. They have 5 weeks off. 5 weeks. Everybody's off on holiday. That goes to quality of life. You understand what I'm saying? For all y'all people under that Christian bullshit that celebrate them pagan ass holidays and shit, when you think about even Christmas, people come in like they're on their job that morning and they come home just to have dinner and they have to go back to work or something. Where's the holiday at? Where's it at? Where's it at? And when you talk about the deterioration of the family, it's because there's nothing in the society that cultivates family. Nothing. Because relationships take time. And when you don't have time, you can't fully develop relationships. You're a child, your parents are off working. You never get that time with them. You understand? Now women believe that they must be out in the workforce. No, a woman should work only because she wants to work, not because she has to. Period. That's the way it is in Islam. Our women work if they want to work. You see a Muslim woman on a job, she's choosing to be there. It's not because she has to be, because her man can cover her. Otherwise, he could never have her hand in marriage. So if she's there, it's simply because she wants to be. And she can walk off that bitch whenever she wants to. Done. So you're not even getting that thing with the mother and the child. By the way, Oprah Winfrey gives her people 11 weeks off every year. 11 weeks paid vacation from Oprah Winfrey. Thank you, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'll tell Oprah you send her your best regards. Thank you. Thank you. Please take your seat. Stop it. We don't have time. Stop it. So time is the commodity. Time is the commodity. There's none of that being cultivated. And so when you think about voting, people talking about our democracy, our country, this thing they claim is so precious, we don't feel that same way. We just don't. As African people, we don't feel that gushy, romantic bullshit about this bitch. We just don't. I don't give a fuck about America. It was only by the will of Allah that I was born in this bitch. That's it. My privilege was being born, not being born here. You understand? So we don't feel the same way as them. And all their romancing for their flag and their national anthem. Well, bitch, where's your national holiday for fucking voting then? Where's that at? Seems a little inconsistent to me. Seems a little inconsistent. I could be wrong. Last time I was wrong was I'd have to go back. I don't remember the last time I was wrong. I have to get back to you on that. I'll just have to get back to you. But it would seem that they would have, that would be our national holiday, voting day. And to show that it's absolutely an act of evil, not only is it not a holiday, but it's always on fucking Tuesday. Not on Saturday, Sunday, which would be, you could even do that. You wouldn't have to make it a national holiday. I still say make it a holiday, and everything is shut down. You can't even get gas in this bitch. Like, it should be a felony if you open a business on voting day. Period. Like, SWAT teams move in and they arrest your ass. But you would still up the numbers of people voting if you had the shit on Saturday or Sunday. Why not make it 2-day voting? Saturday and Sunday. I couldn't get there Saturday, but damn it, I got there Sunday. Because they don't want the majority to speak. They don't. They don't. And when you think about the haves and the have-nots, you see a lot of white people out there are secretly, they get money. You have the poor white folks out there, the gutter trash. But I suggest you there is something under the radar, where they just get money. I believe that shit. Because, back when, after 9/11, which I don't understand why 9/11 would have anything to do with anybody's savings, but there they were. And then also the economic crash of 2007, parades of white people on TV talking, we just lost everything. We lost our 401k. We just lost our savings. We just lost everything. And I'm like, what the fuck? Because after 9/11, my damn 401k was rising, homie. I get my quarterly reports and that pie, they have the little pie chart drawn for you. My shit was looking very nice. You understand what I'm telling you? I didn't see nothing. My investments continued to grow. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I mentioned this because you always hear them say that about these exorbitant amounts of money that they lost, or when you hear about these scams, and it's always some white heifer, and we just lost $50,000. Bitch, where did you get 50? How did you have 50,000 to be to be scammed out of? Like, who are you, miss? You understand what I mean? There's some money going on out there somewhere, everybody. I cannot prove that. I cannot prove that. I can't prove it. I just have my life experience that tells me I've proven it to myself. You understand? Like, I don't need shit else. I know what's going on. Because that's how they're able to come out of the woodwork and voting for fucking their values and shit. Fuck that, bitch. People are voting for their kitchen table. And when you're not, that means your bitch ass is suspect, and we need to take a closer look at you. Like, bitch, why are you not voting for shit that matters? I'm pro-life, and I'm this, and I like, fuck that. Take that bitch off the voting rolls. You see, because you're fucking it up for everybody. You don't need to vote. Take your ass. You need people voting that are voting for shit that matters, the shit that the candidates are talking about, that matters to the everyday man and woman, Like, ultimately, I don't really give a fuck about the government. My thing is, I don't want some bomb coming and killing me because your white ass has done some shit to somebody. And I don't want you fucking touching my money. Stay out of my fucking wallet. In every single way. That means don't take no shit out my check.
And I'm not paying for shit. Like, I'm not paying for traffic tickets. I'm not paying for fines. I'm not paying to have my car registered. I'm not paying to fucking have the emissions done. I'm not paying for shit. I'm not paying shit. I'm not paying. You understand? Just leave me the fuck alone. I think that's really what most people want because I'm not interested in being nobody else's life. And all that stuff. Like, I'm not interested in that. Just stay out of my fucking way and stay out of my life. You know? Stay out of my shit. That's what I'm really trying to articulate. I'm over it. Anyways, I didn't know I was gonna go off on a tangent, but um, I just want to say that I, for one, am gonna continue to watch this. I hope that she does fight. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that once, uh, if I should say, if things are rectified properly, she's already won and she is the next governor from Georgia. Period. The end. She has won. She has won. She has won. And just what we know, even we take the lowest number of people that he purged from the fucking voter rolls and shit, you know, she, if you just restore those, she's already won. This woman won the governor's race, period fucking end. Period. And as black folks, we need to let that be our song no matter what happens, because that sniper fire bitch is still marching around, and rightly so, even though I can't stand her bitch ass, she's still marching around talking about she won the popular vote, that the Orange Circus didn't win, and that's true. She won the popular vote. She won the popular vote. You see, and she will never let anyone forget that. So we, no matter what happens in this race with our sister, we need to never have this conversation without saying she won. She won. She won. This is the Jedi.